Good morning and welcome to NOFO Live. So I am Tracy Kessler. I'm one of the co-hosts of NOFO Live. And Sunita, who is my usual other co-host, she is off in Florida enjoying the beautiful weather. If you are a regular watcher of this show, you know Unita. Okay, here we go. She's going to make so much fun of me. Sunita, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to add people. See, she usually starts the show. That's what I was going to say. Hi, Sunita. Hi, Maria. Hi, Kathy. I see a bunch of people that are going to join us this morning. I am trying to figure out how to get them on because Sunita usually does this. So I see Kathy and Maria. If you just hit the little camera button and request to join, then I will go ahead and accept your joining. But as I was saying before, we have a little running joke here at NOFO Live that Sunita always starts the show talking about the weather. And I have to talk about it today because it is absolutely stunning here on the North Fork. We are talking with the Festival of Trees today, and the Festival of Trees supports CAST, which is a local organization, and they party, and then we have 2 days of open to the public. It's such an amazing event. I am actually on the board this year. Hi, Kelly!
Good morning!
How are you?
So long.
I know. I'm so happy to have you on.
I'm so excited to be back on. I was actually just having this conversation with somebody that I miss doing the show. I really do.
Oh, well, we miss you, and you're welcome to join us anytime you want.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, okay, here we go. Wait, no, I see. So Kathy and Maria are on. Here we go. Ask people to join. Ooh, this is exciting. I've never done this part before, people. You're watching a show happen in real time. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
so,
you guys are actually there.
You guys are together. Hi.
Yeah, I had a problem with my phone. I dropped it this morning, so it's not working. So I ran over here quickly.
Oh, well, I love your urgency to be on the show, Kathy.
Good morning. Welcome to
Good morning.
the festival.
Well,
amazing.
Why don't you? Yeah, Sunita's making fun of me because she's saying it's not as easy as it looks, and no, it's not. It's not. I have to props to Sunita, who starts the show every week, who seamlessly just does everything I just did without telling everybody what they're doing.
Yes, Sunita just makes it look like she's just talking and talking, and who knows what's going on in the back.
Exactly. So Kathy and Maria, we're kind of seeing half of each of you. So if you just get a little bit, there you go.
Get close.
So I gave you guys a little bit of an intro, but this weekend is CAST's Festival of Trees. It's the 5th year, right? Is that right, Kathy? Fourth year. Okay. And as you can see behind them, it's all set up, and we kick it off tonight. And I'm excited that I'm on the executive board this year, so I've been intimately involved with it. And Kelly is actually one of the tree designers. So special episode today where all 4 people on are involved in what we're talking about. But I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to you, Kathy, and why don't you just tell those of our listeners that don't know a little bit about CAST, and then Maria, you can kind of talk about the festival.
Sure. So CAST is a nonprofit that serves underserved and vulnerable populations on the North Fork and Shelter Island. We've been in existence since 1965, so we're deep roots in the community. We're a trusted resource, and we serve many people in need. Our mission is to provide a safety net and promote self-sufficiency. So not only do we provide food and clothing and emergency assistance for urgent needs such as rent and oil and medical bills and electric, we have a wide range of education and workforce training programs to ensure that we're providing opportunities for people and we're uplifting families. So we're really about not only meeting the needs of people who are struggling, but we want to help improve their lives as well as make the community stronger. And we really are about building community, which is why this event is so important.
Kathy, how did the Festival of Trees come to be? Because it's such a unique idea and it involves so many people in the community, and I'd love to hear whose idea was it, because it's such a good idea.
Well, it was during COVID, and we were sitting in my office in the old cast in Greenport back in 2020, and we needed to find a way to raise money because most of our events that we had to be canceled because we couldn't be out indoors. So I had been part of a Festival of Trees when I lived in Baltimore, when I worked for Catholic Charities, and somebody on my staff was familiar with the Festival of Trees out on the West Coast in Oregon. So we both were familiar with it, and we said, let's try to pull this off, which incredibly we did in like 6 weeks. It was a smaller scale than this, but it was so well received.
That's
that
what I was
each
gonna
year.
ask, Kathy. How has it changed from when you first started to now?
We still have the same amount of trees, but we added the wreaths, we added the marketplace, and so it's just gotten bigger and better. We have more venues here for people to take pictures. There's much more involvement from not only committee people, but donors and supporters in the community. Now we have a big silent auction. So it's grown, and it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. So
wow.
Our goal is to net 120,000. And it's so needed this year. I mean, we're serving about 1,300 families and well over 3,000 individuals. So we are serving more than 12% of the population of Southold Town and more than 25% of the children who live here. And just for a frame of reference, pre-COVID, we would serve about 45,000 meals a year, and we expect to serve about 400,000 meals this year.
Wow.
So
what
the
an
need
increase
has exploded at an alarming rate because we had COVID into 40-year high inflation and now an affordable housing crisis. And this year is a little unique because all that COVID relief money that helped meet that increased need has been sunset. So we've lost a lot of financial support through the government, the federal government. So having events like this is so necessary, especially as we want to help people during the difficult winter months.
Yes. So,
and this has really turned out to be, as Melinda Morris has said, it's like executing a lunar landing because there's so many different moving parts. There's so many people that are involved in, being part of the organization, because this is an all volunteer effort. So for the cast team, but it's a lot of people we have to touch, a lot of asks, a lot of organizational bits. Tracy, we were so thrilled to have you come on board to just kind of help keep the boat steering in the right direction. And I think that, it really is an opportunity. Events like this, the cast hosts, are a great way for all of us to get engaged in our community and help support our neighbors. And it's also a way for us to find new friends, get out of our rabbit holes, really think about how we can give back. And so, I encourage people that are watching and available to participate. Next year is right around the corner. There's a lot to do. Come over the weekend and meet us and get to see what we do, how we do it, who we are. I think you'll have fun.
I like what you said, Maria, about coming out of your rabbit hole and getting to meet people, because that a lot of what we talk about here on NOFO Live is building your community, right? And organic ways to build your community here on the North Fork. And I've seen that, just from being on the executive committee this year, there's a lot of new faces or people that I knew their faces, but I didn't really know them. And I've gotten a chance to work alongside some really, really talented and amazing people. And it's just been great to, build my own personal community.
Yeah, and I think what's really interesting is that people in different professions are coming together who have different talents, maybe something they don't necessarily use professionally every day. But, some of us have been, event planners in our past life, or, a logistical expert. There's so many ways to get involved.
I feel like North Fork is full of super talented people, and the fact that all of these great professions are coming together to make the event happen and to make it successful is just a testament to like how strong the community is on the North Fork and how people really come together when it's for some good of the community.
Kelly, you're so right.
Tracy's up there frozen. Do you
No,
see her?
I'm here.
She's
There she is.
I'm here.
moving a little
There
bit
she is.
back. Kelly, you're so right. I mean, it's such an amazing community, and everybody comes together to support cast and our neighbors in need. And like Maria said, it's a Herculean effort. And not only do we have committee people who have put in endless hours and shared their time and talent with us, it requires about 200 volunteers to execute the event over the weekend. And not only do we have the tree designers and the wreath designers who spend their time and personal money to create these beautiful trees and wreaths, we have other people in the community who donate to put things on the trees. We have the silent auction donors, and we have bakers who donate their baked goods. We have North Fork Country Club does a reception, a thank you reception for designers and sponsors. There's just so many people, and I can't forget Northwell Health, PBMC. They're our generous presenting sponsor.
And the Treebers.
And the Treebers, who every year donate this amazing space to us. So many people come together to make this event happen. We have East End Seaport Museum donating a boat for us for a venue to take pictures and
also for the toy drive. So if you're coming, and can bring a toy, that would be great.
Yeah, so we're just so grateful.
Remember bringing the toy from last year. So not only, it's such a great event, like even for the people who are involved down, it's like my 6 and 3-year-old last year were like, remember when we went to the trees and we brought the toy for the little boy or girl who needed it? Like it's such a great event and so multifaceted in that way. There's really something for everyone.
Yeah.
And Santa's going to be here too.
Oh,
yes, Santa will be here. I think too, Kathy, what you were saying is what people maybe don't realize is that there are so many ways to be involved and to donate your time to this event specifically. Each tree has multiple sponsors who have helped that designer. And, there are 22 trees that were each designed by a different designer, and usually that's a collaboration of a couple people, which Kelly, you did a tree. It's a collaboration with you and Kara Hoblin.
And Kara, yes.
Right?
So to go back to our tree, Kara actually asked me to design a tree last year with her. So we've been having this since the end of last year, this thought in our head that we wanted to do a tree together. So like, this is not just like, oh, let's throw it together last minute kind of thing. People really go all in.
Yes. And then we also have 22 wreaths. So we have another 22 designers that did collaborations. And like Kathy and Maria were listing, I mean, there's people who donated greens for us to decorate the barn and people who donated all sorts of things. The marketplace this year, if you've gone in the past, is just completely elevated. Noreen from Touch Goods is doing it with Mel from Arnie Papery, and the two of them have really elevated the marketplace. So come get your stocking stuffers from us at the festival this weekend. And so let's talk about what people can expect. Maria, tell us the times, the cost, and all of that stuff so people know when to come.
Kathy is the numbers lady. So I'm gonna punt on that one because I want to make sure we get it right.
So Saturday, the event is from 10 to 6, and Sunday it's from 10 to 5. For adults, it's $10 per person. For older residents, it's $5, and for children 6 to 18, it's $5, and then 5 and under are free.
Great.
Awesome.
And Santa will be here from 12 to 3. So
12
so
to
people
3,
know that.
both days,
I feel
right?
like this is the first Santa sighting of the season. So if people want to see Santa, this is the time.
Yes, and come take your pictures for your Christmas cards.
Right?
You can get them out on time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Sure.
And we'll have a caroler here, Darlene Folda, on Sunday as well. She's a local jazz musician, songbird, and so she's lending her talents. So it'll be very festive.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah. And for anyone who doesn't know, Treber Farms is in Peconic. It's on Sound Avenue, right? Yeah, it's on Sound Avenue. And you can't miss it if you're familiar with the farm that has the American flag tree.
The truck.
That's where
Yes,
that's where
the truck.
That truck, yes, the American flag truck.
Also,
That's where
if you've gone to Sparkling Point, you're too far if you're coming from west. So it's a little further east from Sparkling Point. I feel like that's a good landmark.
Yeah.
And Cifarelli's is on the
Mhm.
corner, and the
Yeah.
Common Ground Garden is on the other corner. So
Mhm.
it's a landmark.
For sure.
And the
Mhm.
weather is supposed to cooperate, right? It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend for us.
I remember last year when I went, it was like blistering cold. So I think this year we got lucky, right?
We
I
did.
think we did.
Mhm.
I think we did.
Has nothing to do with global warming, but
What? What's that?
but we'll take it.
I know. So Kelly, tell us about when you were designing the tree. What, like you just mentioned, it's been a whole year. What was your process?
So I've always wanted to design a tree, but for whatever reason, the past 2 years, I was in Disney with my kids last year. Oh, somebody's sending balloons.
I actually know what that
That's
is.
new. I've never seen that before. Last year we were in Disney for like the actual setup of it, so I couldn't do it then. And the year before that, we were also in Disney. So after the festival last year, Kara had approached me and said, "Do you want to do a tree together next year?" And I said, "Absolutely yes." So at the end of the season last year, when all the Christmas stuff went on sale, I was like, "Yes, we're gonna start this now."
Oh, that's
So
a good
we started.
idea.
Yeah, so we started collecting from the end of the season last year. And the theme of our tree is, if you know Kara, Kara has a book called The East End A to Z. It's a children's book that she illustrated that has just the most gorgeous illustrations for each letter of the alphabet that has things about the East End. And then James Lane Post so generously offered to sponsor us for our decor, and Jess from James Lane made some cute little ornaments with wrapped in James Lane newspapers. So those are on the tree too. And then we had this fantastic idea because the book is all A to Z. We wanted to get a gift card for every letter of the alphabet. So we have 26
Oh, wow.
gift cards to different businesses on the East End that are also part of our tree. So
Who's
yes.
Z?
I think that we couldn't get Z, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a packet of zinnia seeds that's going to be in our
Oh,
gift
good.
basket.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, some of them were a challenge. We had to stretch. Like, why is yoga, but it's a gift
Oh,
card to the
that's
giving room?
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so creative.
That is
So,
so
yeah.
creative. So we forgot an important part about the trees, which is that you can bid on them.
Yes.
So not only has everybody come out and design these beautiful trees, you can pay to come and just enjoy the majestic feel of Christmas, but all of the trees and all of the wreaths you can bid on, which is how this is a fundraiser.
Yes.
And everything is on Cast's website. We do it through Give Smart, right, Kathy?
Yep.
Am I making that up? Give
Yep.
Smart. And you can bid on all the trees starting tonight. Is that right, Kathy?
Yes.
It starts
Yes.
tonight and through
Yes.
Monday night, right?
Monday at
Kristen
6
from Yard Crop.
Monday at 6 p.m. Yeah.
Yes.
Kristen from Yard Crop just mentioned if you can't make it, there's a great silent auction as well. So you can do the silent auction online, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So all of
Okay.
the bidding, and we should say all of the bidding actually happens online. So the in-person is just to see the beauty, enjoy, be a part of the, Christmas feel and a part of the festival itself and build your community, like we said. But the silent auction is for the trees, the wreaths, and then there are other items that were donated as well to the silent auction. And definitely get in there. Some great experiences that we put together. Perfect, Christmas gifts. There's a couple of. We're getting a question from Sunita. What items are available? I'm going to try to
go check it out online. Go on the website.
Yeah, but Rolling in the Dough donated a pizza party for 50 people.
Ooh, that's a
yeah.
good one.
Has an experience. You can even get lavender plants from Lavender by the Bay. Sorry.
Yeah, we have tickets to go see Jimmy Fallon.
Ooh.
We have a 3-day trip to St. Thomas. So we have some really cool experiential items.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We have a private dinner for 6 with Grace and Grit at their commissary. There's just like a year subscription to NOFO Roco Coffee, like all sorts of Yeah.
These are
Great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And you don't have to come. If you can't come, you can still go online
Yeah.
and bid on everything.
Exactly. Oh, and a succulent workshop. Yep, we've also got we've got a lot of our people who donated stuff are on.
They're like,
people
mine
who
is great. I donated.
yes,
They're
yes.
right.
Shortbread
Alyssa,
kitchen
I'm there for
yeah.
that.
Yes.
And
Alyssa did a wreath too.
I just want to keep in mind that all the trees have some sort of gift items with the tree. So not only are you getting the tree and the ornaments, you're getting lots of gift items. We can deliver the trees on the North Fork and Shelter Island if you want them delivered. Some people just want the ornaments. They don't want the tree. They re-gift the tree back to Cass for next year. So that's an option as well. And I wanted to give you the Give Smart site so people know. So it's Fest, F-E-S-T, of trees 23.givesmart.com.
But they can access it straight from the CAST website, right, Kathy?
Yes.
So if they go to CAST website, there's a link on there to go to the Give Smart site.
It's well documented on Instagram too at CAST.
Instagram
site.
And Facebook. And if you come, you'll get a program which has all the information.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people do actually just take the ornaments and return the tree, which is another way to give back to CAST, because then that way we don't have to buy trees again next year or go looking for them to be donated. So, you know, that's a great way. And because I know a lot of people are kind of like, well, I get a real tree, or I don't need another tree. So you can just take the ornaments. And like Kathy was saying, there is a ton of stuff. It's actually, with each year, it gets more and more where everybody's putting all this stuff underneath their tree.
Yes, I'm just looking at the famous Barbie tree in the background here. There is some swag underneath that tree. Oh my gosh.
And on. I think there's probably about 11 or 12 physical Barbies themselves.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's
a Barbie dream house. I see a bike under there. Like,
there's a Barbie bike. There's a Barbie dream house.
Oh my
there's
God.
all this vintage Barbie wear
Oh
too.
my
little
gosh.
buttons and rickrack.
I can't.
And it's a whole wardrobe check
You know,
for these. It's really
there's
great.
also, I felt really creative. Amanda Giuliano from Nicolette's, she has done a tree for a couple years now, and her tree this year is a pickleball tree, which I know pickleball has like taken off on the North Fork. I actually have a set of paddles myself, but I don't use them very often. So she's got there's so many wonderful creative ideas that it's so fun to look at each tree and kind of go like, wow, I never would have thought of that. That's such a good idea. It's such
and also some businesses bid on the trees and put them in their office.
Yeah.
So like my dentist, John Albano in Southold, every year bids on a tree. And when I go to the dentist, it's right there in the entryway. So it doesn't have to be for your home. It could be for your office.
And then you can also gift it to somebody too. If you know
oh, yes. That's a great idea. So you could bid on the
can,
tree, the money goes to CAST, and then you give the tree to someone else. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I don't know if did you mention that this was a Daniel Gale tree, the Barbie tree?
Not. That's true. The Barbie tree is Daniel Gale. That's right. And I don't want to leave anyone out. It would be impossible for us to verbally list everybody who's done a tree and everybody who's done a wreath. There's so many. Like I said, if you can't come, you can see all the designs that we took. We had a photographer there this week who took pictures of all the trees. But if you can, it is really such a magical experience. It's just so beautiful in the barn. And the Treebers, again, have been so wonderful. They basically turn over their entire farm to us, you know, right at the end of their harvest season, which is huge. And they
for a couple of weeks. And
they don't just turn it over. They do a lot of work for us, and they clean it up, and, you know, it's quite the partnership. So yeah, so Sunita's down here listing all the trees for us.
I also want to mention that we trees win an award. So we and the wreath. So there's a Designer's Choice Award, which will be announced tonight. We have 3 judges. We have Jonathan from VSOP Projects. We have Sean Elwood from North Fork Contemporary, and Stephanie Molina, who's a local photographer. There are judges this year, so they will choose the Designer's Choice, and then people who come over the weekend can vote for the People's Choice Award, which we will announce on Sunday night.
Right, and there's two places to vote. There's inside the barn that Maria and Kathy are standing in right now, is the tree barn. That's where you vote for the trees, and then you can vote again for the wreaths, and that's in the red barn, which is where all the wreaths are and where the marketplace is. And we also have what we call the cookie shed, and it's this really fun designed cookie shop, and there's drinks and hot cider and all sorts of baked goods from all people all over the North Fork who donated for sale, so you can come and have a nibble and sit and enjoy. And we've got Adirondack chairs and a fire pit. It's really, bring the family. It's a great, great day, and it's a perfect weekend for it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I can't wait.
I know. I can't wait either. Thank you both for all of you for being on. And Sunita, I'm expecting a report card as things room for improvement as the host and things I did well. But I hope we get to see everybody out there. And if you can't make it this year, like I said, go on the silent auction. And as Maria said at the top, if you are looking to get involved, please do reach out to one of us. We're happy to let you know. There's so many different moving parts to this and plenty of places for you to get involved. So if you'd like to support it next year. We hope to see everybody this weekend.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being
Bye guys.
on.
See you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.